Hello everybody, this is Bone Canoe 86 the Magnificent, welcoming you to my promised bonus video for Let's Play Civilization 3 Play the World. And yes, this is an old saved game files from a little while ago. I'm going to use it for demonstration purposes. Alright, few things to talk about here. First of all, I want to talk about some of the techs I didn't get to during the game. We'll start with stealth. It's a very helpful tech that gives you stealth bomber and stealth fighter. Now the stealth fighter can't bomb anything. It can do espionage and can guard against other aircraft. The stealth bomber have a range of 12, and believe me, it's a very good range. They're a very useful unit to have, although they're expensive. Okay. You have superconductor, which the only thing it really does, besides getting you to integrated defense, is it gives you 2 parts for your spaceship. And we'll talk about the spaceship in a few minutes. Nuclear power gives you the ability to build nuclear power plants. Now, as you may or may not know, there are 4 different kinds of power plants you can build in Civilization 3. Coal, nuclear, solar, and hydroelectric. And they all increase production in your city. The only bad thing about nuclear power is, well, you need uranium, obviously. And the other thing is, if there is a riot in your city and it has a nuclear power plant, it runs a risk of nuclear meltdown, which would have pretty much the same effect as the city getting nuked. So, be very careful. Okay, now there's genetics. It actually gives you 2 wonders that we never got for, called the Cure for Cancer and Longevity. Now, Cure for Cancer makes one unhappy citizen content, give you some culture, but like most modern age wonders, it's not all that useful. As for longevity, it increases your population by increasing people by 2 citizens instead of 1 when the food storage box is full. Again, nice, but not terribly important. Alright, laser. Its sole purpose is to give you 1 more unit for your spaceship. Now, robotics actually gives you a few useful things. It gives you the manufacturing plant, which is kind of like an addition to the factory. It increases your city's production. So if you have the factory, the manufacturing plant, and any one of the power plants, your city is pretty strong. Also, you have the Aegeus cruiser, which is not really that useful. It's kind of like a weaker battleship, except it has the ability to find submarines, which I guess is not too bad. And you also have Raider Artillery. It's the last unit in the artillery legacy after catapult, cannon, and regular artillery. Its difference is it can move up to 2 spaces in a turn and can fire up to twice. Alright, Smart Weapon allows your stealth units to conduct precision strikes, which honestly aren't that much more helpful than regular strikes. And finally, the final tech is integrated defense. Now this one is really useful. You know why? You can build strategic missile defense. What that is once you have built enough SAM silos, you can build strategic missile defense, and that will successfully deflect 75% of nuclear missile strikes against your civilization. It's really helpful. Alright, enough about that. Now, let's talk about victory conditions. There are 6 victory conditions, and the one that I won my game with was, of course, Conquest, which is to make everything else part of your empire. Now, one is Space Race, is where you build a spaceship to Alpha Centauri. What you have to do is first build the Apollo program, which you can do after you research spaceflight. Once you build the Apollo program, you need 10 spaceship parts, each of them requiring certain resources and civilization advancements to build. And once you build all of them, you can launch your spacecraft, and you win, and you get a nice little victory screen. Now, domination is different from conquest because you need 2/3 of the world's land surface and 2/3 of the world's population. Now, the reason that we didn't get domination is, although we did have 2/3 of the world's population by the end easily, there was so much unclaimed land that we never got 2/3 of that. Now, cultural victory, you have to have one city of 20,000 and one city of 100,000. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never actually won this way, and I'll show you. See, my most cultured city is only just under 4,000, a very far cry, and my entire cultural value was only 37,000, a very far cry from 100,000. So, if any one of you has won by cultural victory, tell me. I'll be very impressed. Diplomacy, I think I talked about that enough in the game. You get United Nations, and if you get an absolute majority of people voting for you for Secretary General. So, and the sixth way is called the histograph victory, which is when time runs out, a winner is picked based on who has the highest score. I have won that way a few times, but let me tell you, it's not too glamorous. I say the most glorious victory is the conquest victory. Okay, now I had a request to show you exactly how you work spies. Okay, once you, in the beginning of the industrial ages, you get a tech called Espionage, which allows you to place a spy. So what you do, you come in here to place a spy, and let's say you place one in Arabia. Now it might work, it might not. Alright, we'll do it. It worked. And now, once you have a spy, you can go to the military school, click on that country, see how many of each kind of. You can see the Arabs weren't very sneaky back then. But that's not all you can do. You can, once you have a spy, you can investigate a city. Basically, you look at the city as if it was your own. You can steal technology, steal a world map, which is not that useful. You can steal plans, which means you can see exactly where all their troops are. Initiate propaganda, which persuades one of their cities to join yours. But that hardly ever works. You can sabotage production if they're building something in one of their cities and you want to stop it. Or you can expose an enemy spy. Let's do that just for the heck of it, because I know that there's a spy in Germany, so let's do that. Oh, there we go. We failed to uncover the German spy, and our spy was bounced in the process. So, like I said, it doesn't always work, and now we no longer have a spy in Germany. Alright, in general, I would not recommend doing too much of the spy activities because they're very expensive and they're very error prone. So, have a spy, use him to find troop movements if you need to, but nothing else is really worth it. Alright, I had one more question about mutual protection pacts between other nations. Now, if you want to attack a nation, but it has a mutual protection pact with another nation, and you don't want to fight both at the same time, remember this. They only last 20 turns, and the AI very rarely reinstates them after 20 turns. So I say just wait it out and attack them after that. However, if you're really chomping at the bit to get them, there is a sneaky way to do it. Form a mutual protection pact with the other country, the one you don't want to fight, and then declare war on the country you do want to fight, and don't attack them. When they attack you, then the other country will declare war on them instead of you. Now, this doesn't work all the time, so don't count on it, but it's a sneaky way to make it work, sometimes. Well, that's just about all I have time for. And that brings me to the end of the videos I'm doing on Civilization 3. Now, I'm leaving Civilization 3 for a while, going to be starting my next game. That doesn't mean I won't be answering questions about Civilization 3, just not in video form. I might return to Civilization 3 someday, but for now I want to give my energies to my new game. So, thank you for watching my Let's Play series, and I hope you stick around for my next Let's Play. So long everybody, and thank you for watching.